Diesel plays in the film is a Marine who is killed. Pretty much straight up he's killed. And the organisation that my company has, Dr. Emil Harting has, brings in wounded, injured, dead soldiers and does what they can to repair them, improve them, etc. And so Vin's character is brought in and is essentially brought back to life, and he is reinvigorated in a way that is, you know, seemingly impossible to get your head around. But there is new technology that is implanted into this man, and he is now sort of superhuman, essentially. RST, Rising Spirit Technologies, is the organisation that my character, Dr. Emil Harting, created, and essentially it is just a housing for this incredible technology that he is developing. He has a number of soldiers with him that are part of his kind of team that are all that have been wounded, injured, etc. So Asa Gonzalez plays KT, who, you know, her character is sort of experienced an injury of her respiratory system. So that's been replaced in her and now functions on a level that is superhuman, etc., etc. So it's really about not accepting the fact that when a soldier is injured and wounded, that's the end of their military career. It is about sort of looking at the idea of, you know, reinvigorating and rebuilding these people. Chainsaw's the little sort of offshoot gang of soldiers that we see through the film, sort of headed by KT, Asa Gonzalez's character, and each of them has a particular injury that has been repaired. So Dalton is, you know, he's lost his legs through an IED, and they've been replaced, and now he has superhuman powers based on what he's capable of doing with his legs. And Tibbs has lost his eyesight, so he now has sort of ocular transplants and now can see further than any human possibly should be able to, etc. So each of the injuries that occur in this or to anybody is then repaired and taken to the next level, essentially. And Chainsaw, you know, they're the little posse of Harting's, you know, team that work for him, essentially. Because obviously when they're there, it isn't just about repairing these soldiers and saying, right, off you go. There are various missions that need to be achieved as well. There are various sort of objectives, and these are the team that work for him that sort of go out and do these missions as well. They are a replacement for blood tissue, blood cells, blood vessels, etc. So the character of Bloodshot, Vin Diesel's character, all the blood has been drained out of his body and has been replaced with nanites. So they're, you know, minuscule little entities, biomechanical technology that function, I suppose, in the way that blood cells do, except at an extremely rapid rate. So he can now injure himself. He could almost lose a limb and it'll repair itself instantly. So that just makes him superhuman, and essentially the idea is to weaponize him, is to create a sort of a super soldier that can be injured and then on the battlefield instantly repair and carry on. You have someone at the centre of the story, Vin's character, who is a hero who's made an incredible sacrifice in a totally seemingly justifiable way in military combat. And he's been given this sort of second chance at life, and without giving too much of the story away, you realise that he's, you know, that he is kind of being manipulated. And so I suppose I think the thing that I'm always hoping people respond to is the emotional nature of a story. But the great thing about this is it's housed in incredible sort of visual effects and this sort of possibility, you know, these sort of ideas that this technology is actually possible. So it's you know, hopefully it's a bit of an eye-opening experience for an audience.